Hey guys, welcome back to Chatting More with Lou. I'm Lou, your host, and today we are back with my co-host, my lovely, awesome co-host, Jasmine. Hey, how are you?
Oh, good, good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot has happened, and we'll get into that in a few minutes here.
All right.
So, I hope you guys liked our season 2, episode 1, our comeback. I know
Yeah.
it's been a while. I had a few technical difficulties. We both had a few technical difficulties recording that episode, but we got through it. We're just learning.
Oh, yeah. That was a struggle. We were on the
Yeah,
struggle bus.
we were on the struggle bus. We're going to try to do better this time. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, we are long distance, so everything has to do with technology and we're learning as we go.
Yeah, and sometimes this is not our friend. I mean, stuff happens.
Yeah. So we got it out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there was a lot of information about our lives there throughout the year, I believe, because
Yes.
it's been a while. So we're gonna try to keep up with uploading at least once a week. But again, be patient with us. We're improving as we go and in each episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, don't forget it's already available on all podcast platforms and our YouTube channel. It does take a little bit longer to upload on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is just chatting more with Lou. But go ahead and subscribe, share, like, leave us some comments. We always like constructive criticism would be great.
Yes, and rate the podcast.
Yes, please rate the podcast. I mean, I believe right now, let me check. I think we're at four stars.
All right. Not too shabby.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad. I think we're doing some right at this
I
point.
mean, a little something.
Yeah. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Well, we're doing 3.8.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's
Well,
not too bad.
yeah, that's like a B, average if you're going,
Yeah. We're going to try to improve because, our goal is to improve at this point.
Yes.
All right. So, with that being said, like always, we appreciate everyone's support, and we are always trying to get our shit together at this point. So moving forward, let's catch up, Jazz. I mean, at this point, we obviously have kind of talked, but a lot of stuff has transpired
I
over the past
know.
few days, at least for me.
Yeah, yeah, yours has been in the last few days. Mine was a month ago,
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
so
So, how have you been, Jess?
lately these last few weeks have been pretty good, but last month it was like the worst. Cause I mean, I didn't want to like start off on a sad note, but my grandfather he was in the hospital and cause he had just went to the doctor and they ran some tests and the tests came back critical and that's what my grandmother told me or my mom. So but we were like, what does that mean? Like, what actually is wrong? Like, what is critical? So then, so they told him to go to the emergency room immediately. So they turned around. They were on their way home, and he he was not good that day. But then he was in the hospital for about a week, and then he called and said you know, they're letting me go. Like I'm doing better. Like because at first he wasn't eating. And And because I mean, he had a lot of issues with um, like because he has his teeth. Um, prevented him from eating a lot of food. So he could only eat things that were like liquid or stuff like that. But he didn't like a lot of stuff. He just didn't want to eat, and then he couldn't eat. And but he was doing better. He started eating more like actual foods, and he said he was doing okay. They didn't really tell us anything, but he was set up with a home care nurse to address some of the physical like wounds that he had from that were on his skin, and like we thought everything was okay, but then so we were there with him when he was home, and but he couldn't, he didn't have like much energy or strength. He was having some difficulties walking and stuff. Um, so he stayed in his room for most of the time. The the last 2 days we were there. Um, because he wanted to see us before we had to go back home. So we so we were there, and then we they said that he was still doing okay when when we left. He was but we didn't know. It didn't We didn't find this out until after the fact, but so it was like 4 days later. My aunt, she was staying with us just the night because it was going to be Labor Day, and or yeah, Labor Day, right? Not Memorial Day. I think yeah, Labor Day. I think it was. Um, and the next day, so we were like, just come over and like stay the night, and then because she didn't have to go to work the next day, so because we had made all this food for my brother and his kids to eat because it was my niece's birthday the week before, but we had missed it because we were out of town. So they were all supposed to come over, but they were all sick, and that that's another thing. They were sick, so we were worried about them, because with COVID going around, we um, we were just worried, like, oh no, because my niece was the first one that was sick. She has a job, and she probably, we don't know, like what it could have been, but so it started with her, and then my youngest niece got sick, my brother was sick, then my nephews. Um, I think his wife was okay, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so then that morning, my aunt gets a phone call saying um, that my granddaddy had passed away, and we were it was it was strange because we were just talking the night before, and she had told us um, that some more information that we didn't know, but we still thought he was, that he was going to get help, and he was going to be okay for, I mean, at least longer than that. We had no idea because he had kept a lot of information from us, so we didn't worry. So um but yeah, and everything just happened so fast. We drove we drove down there. It's like a 12 to 13 hour drive. We when we got there, really late that night because um, we had to pack and everything. And but it was weird because it was nice seeing everybody because we hadn't seen them in a few years, but um, it was weird because at the same time I was happy to see everybody, but it was weird at the same time, like he wasn't there. Like normally when we're all together, he would be cooking or something, or because he would always barbecue for us, like when everyone was around, except for the last few years he had been too sick. So, but yeah, so that was, that was hard, but like I but I know, like, at least I keep thinking, like, well, he's not. Because he was in bad shape before, and he was not having the quality of life that he should have. So, you know, but um,
Yeah, definitely.
so that's kind of comforting that he doesn't have to deal with that anymore. But it's weird to think about, like, oh, I'm not gonna see him again. Even though, like, we wouldn't go very often to go visit, um but yeah. And then but it took a little while, but now that has passed. Like, just being, well, more sad about it, but it comes in waves, like, you've dealt with that yourself. But um
Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from because I believe my uncle that passed away about a year ago. Oh well,
yeah.
yeah, about it's gonna be a year in a couple weeks, I believe. And he passed away here, and well, not in my house, but here in Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was saying was we were thinking about like the actual day that they were uh that he actually passed away,
Mhm.
and yeah, that was a bit like you said, it does come in waves. Like you start thinking about like, wow, like a lot has happened, and I can't believe
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and it's weird because I mean I didn't have the best relationship with him, but you know, still, someone that I've known my entire life. But
Yeah, yeah,
so
no, yeah, I get it. I'm sorry for your loss.
thank you. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I
must have.
mean, oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna say, that must have been hard for you
Yeah,
and your family.
yeah, like the day of, and then like the ceremony day. That was hard too. And then, but like afterwards, there was just other things that happened you know, um, that made it, more difficult. But I think now, like, it's better, a little better for everyone. But yeah, and see, I had never experienced anything like that before. Like, I think we all have, like, different ways of, like, how we deal with it, and like it's worse for others than it is, for some. But
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody grieves differently, so
mhm.
I definitely understand where it comes from because, like I said, like my uncle, I wasn't the closest to him, but obviously we have memories as a family and stuff. It
Mhm.
does hurt.
Yeah. But what about you? We haven't. I mean, I have. I know a lot. I mean, some things that have happened, but
Yes.
not in detail. But
Yeah, so oh my god. Life has been rough lately. A lot has gone on in my life the past few days. I got in a car accident.
oh my god.
Yes, that was a little difficult for me to be honest. At this moment I'm not driving anymore. For a bit, I need to take some time off from
Yeah, I think.
driving.
Mhm.
um it's gonna be good for me because it was really I've never been in an accident like that.
Mhm.
um I did get hit very hard. So I thankfully, thank God, I am not injured. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just dealing with the after effects of it.
Mm.
A lot of soreness. I do have a few doctor's appointments I have to go to just to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
um but I have been dealing on top of that, I have to work, deal with that. And then deal with getting my car fixed. I've been back and forth with my insurance. Thankfully, I have insurance and
Yes.
I'm working on getting my car fixed or paid. I don't know at this point. It's more of a day-to-day basis at this point to see what
Yeah.
the
That's
next
the
step is.
worst.
Yeah, so and then I guess the day after my accident, I was also ready to make a decision regarding working so much.
Mhm.
I did quit my second job because I know because at this point, when it wasn't really benefiting me, I was
Yeah.
learning a lot, and I am very thankful for that. But I think that I was putting myself in an environment that I wasn't happy in, and
Right.
it's not because of there were some great people and I've made some great friends or acquaintances
Yeah.
for future reference, I guess. But there was some toxic behaviors and I wasn't happy and I wasn't, I don't need that type of stress in my life.
You're right.
Now I have a lot of free time. I also started my lash business. So,
Let's talk about that because oh my gosh, when I saw the post, I was like, no way! Like, like this is so good.
yeah, so my sister-in-law actually was like, I have a YouTube channel that I used to review a lot of makeup and I do my own makeup. Nowadays because I was so busy working, I didn't have time to do my makeup or play with my makeup or anything. So I've given a
Mhm.
lot of makeup away, but I would I do her makeup occasionally and she was the one that was like, "Why don't you do lashes or do makeup like on other people?" And I'm like, "Makeup? I don't think so because people are very complicated."
Oh yeah, I see.
Um,
I see a lot of like not horror stories, but just like what people have to deal with different clients on Twitter and stuff. Because
exactly, yeah.
because I follow a lot of people who are makeup artists or who freelance, and girl, like some of these people, like I've seen like people don't want to pay people,
Yeah, or like very like and I get like don't get me wrong, like I get because I do my own makeup and I'm sure you can say the same thing. It's like I I can appreciate where those prices are coming from
Mhm.
because product costs. Like makeup is not,
Exactly.
and if you want good quality, you're gonna have an artist that's gonna use well, I'm hoping they use good quality makeup, which is gonna cost money, like and the time
Yes.
that it takes to do makeup. You know what I mean? So
Yes, the time is valuable too because you could be spending that time on someone else, you know?
that is willing to pay that much.
Or even more cuz like there are some people that will pay whatever to get your service because they want to look flawless, and
Exactly.
they've seen what you can do, and they want that from you. So I mean, I you just but yeah, I mean that's why, because when I got into makeup and stuff too, like my aunt and my mom were like, "Oh, you should do makeup on other people," and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know how
Exactly.
to
Like,
do.
yeah, like on their end, they think it's just do makeup. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and I was like, I know how to do it on my face, and stuff like that. And I can tell you how to do like things for your face, but like the
Right.
act.
And then, yeah, and then you have people like, you got to know people's skin. Like, what are they allergic to? What are they not allergic to? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole, like, it's an art, and it's also, how do you say, like an aesthetic? Not an aesthetic, but it's kind of like, how do you say that? Like, it's kind of like health related as well, because you need to know, like, a lot of clients are not gonna know, like, I'm allergic to this, because they probably have never tried it.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have to be very careful with that, and like, you have to consult, and people aren't always willing to say the truth because they probably think that, like, oh, they'll judge me or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, be honest with your makeup artist,
Mm-hmm.
because just like you go to the doctor, they need the most information they can get so that they can provide a good service for you.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, back to my lash brand or services. I don't know what to say, brand. Um
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so I was like, no, I think I'm okay with makeup. Like, I'll do it to my friends that ask, but I won't publicly do it, like, to the public. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But with my lash, I was like, you know what? I can set my own hours. I'm not trying to make $1 billion overnight.
Yeah.
I'm trying. That would. It's just my hobby. It's something. And I like things like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it is a little difficult because it does have a lot to do with my hands. And if you guys haven't heard, like, I
Oh.
do have issues with my carpal tunnel, and I've actually, with this accident that just happened, it kind of like tripled the
Oh
pain.
no, I was afraid of that.
Yeah, it tripled the pain because I got hit on the driver's side.
Mm.
Uh, so I'm dealing with that, but I have to keep pushing forward. At this,
Yeah.
I'm just thankful no other extreme injuries happen. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed. I've had a handful of customers already. I shout out to my sister in law. She's kind of like my model, and we practice on her and everything.
Yeah, I
So,
love it.
and she loves her lashes. At the end of the day, and I do them cheap. Like the classics, I do for um
Yeah.
the hybrids are going for 25, and then like the big volume ones, which I really haven't done because they're a little more difficult, and I have to have the product for that. They're
Yeah.
going for, like, I think 35. Honestly, I'm not that expensive because, one, I'm a beginner. I am certified, so I am a certified lash tech. I'm not that expensive. I'm not, like I said, it's a hobby for me. I make my own hours, and it's an extra little, like, side money.
Yeah. If you guys haven't already seen on her Instagram, um, Loose Shop, you have to see it. The lashes look so natural, so good. I was like, why am I not in Arizona so I can get these lashes? Cause,
Right? Yeah,
but yeah. So if you guys are local and you guys see, go get your lashes. I mean,
yes, yeah. And I work with everybody's schedule. Obviously, I work with mine, but I work with
right.
everybody's schedule. And yeah, I'm a beginner, and I'm always, if you want to time out, I always tell my clients, like, listen, like, if they're not for you, because it's you have to maintain them for them to last. So they're
Mhm.
not for you. I can always remove them. Like the process of removal is not painful at all, and it takes like a fraction of the time that it takes to put them on.
Mm.
But I'm willing to do it.
Yeah, I just find that fascinating because you know, um, because I've seen so many people like get their lashes done and it costs so much, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I would have never even thought about even trying it, because it's so expensive at
I know,
some
and
places.
that's the other thing. Like, well, listen, I understand the hustle. Like, I respect the hustle and everything, but I'm like, at least for me, I get that that is a full time job for other people. For
Yes.
me, it's not. So and like I said, like I'll post on my lash Instagram, and I'll say, not about the money for me. It's about the practice.
Yes.
So the better I get, maybe down the line I'll probably raise the prices. But for now, like I also don't do it full time. So I'll do maybe max 2 clients a week.
Mhm.
That well, now that I have more free time, I'll probably do 3 clients a week because I
Mhm.
also don't want to overwork my hands.
You're right.
So yeah, maybe down the line I'll raise my prices, but I enjoy it. It's like I also get like it's like a free therapy session. People tell me
That
their lives.
yes.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so that just reminded me. Okay, because we were talking about prices of things, and I don't know about like in your area, but have nail salons in your area like gone up on prices of anything?
girl, don't even get me started with the nail tech. So okay, well,
Yes.
I'll come back to your question because so I have been I went down this rabbit hole when I started doing lashes, right? When I started
Mhm.
like getting into it and learning, watching videos and like learning, following more people that do lashes. Oh, I also have a TikTok for my lash.
Yes.
Um, but so with that, I started looking at nail people because I don't go to nail salons anymore because they just they don't they charge too much. And you're right, they have gone up in price. But I've been looking for like local nail techs, supporting small businesses, whatever.
Mhm.
Um or people that work at home. Like I get it. I respect the hustle. But I was that's the other reason like why I am low like my prices are so low because these nail techs and these lash techs are out of control.
I
Like
feel yeah.
yeah, like nail techs like okay, nail techs is an art. Some of them I respect that because like I could never. But when you're asking people to book and then you want $25 deposit, how much are these nails gonna cost you?
Exactly.
Like this is insane. Like you're asking me for a $25 deposit. Not only do I have to drive, obviously depends. In my case, I live in Timbuktu, so I have to drive. Anywhere I drive is like 25 to 30 to 40 at this point.
Okay.
So yeah, so on top of me, which I haven't, but I did research a lot of nail techs trying around my area, but I didn't. I found one that actually didn't, but she didn't request a deposit. Very nice young girl, had
Mhm.
just turned 18. But these people, even lash techs, like are requesting. I get a $10 deposit. Okay, great. Like that makes sense because we gotta respect your time and you probably booked for you put a lot of time for this client and you want that that lot of time to be I guess you got to earn something for people that don't show up in my
Right. I
example.
understand that. Yeah. It makes sense. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like some people take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
I really do because yeah, it's crazy. And I think now, like, nails have become a really popular thing. I mean, I know they've always been, a thing that, like, a lot of people do, but I feel like in the last few years, like,
Yeah.
having really cool nails is is really important. Like, people, like, love to post them, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I follow a lot of nail techs on TikTok,
Mhm.
and it's some on Instagram because I was looking for a person nearby. But yeah, I the last year, a lot of people learn how to do nails. A lot of people, it's like now that I started doing lashes, the market is saturated with a lot of lash techs. And listen,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah. And
Um, yeah. So anyway, so it's like, well, I'm just another lash tech. Well, I am just another lash tech, but there's gonna be people that are willing to give me a chance. You know what I mean?
yes. And, like, for me, there I my mom and I always say this, here in Texas, you're gonna see a nail salon on, like, almost every corner. You got your nail salon and your donut shops. Like, we have so many of them around
Oh yeah.
us. It's
Oh yeah. Just
so
in my area, we have tons of nail salons.
so, like, if we don't like one, we just go across. I mean, literally, we go across the street to the other, you know,
Oh
or,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
or a few streets down, whatever. But we went to this one, um, for the first time, because this was our first time getting our nails done since the pandemic, and we were so excited. We had planned for this. It was, we were going to get this done. It didn't matter, right? Because, I mean, it had been like, I mean, it
Yeah.
not it had been so long, because I think we didn't get them done before this until, I think it must have been, like, maybe November or December of 2019, and we were going to get them done. Um, what was it? I think it was, like, maybe June or July of last year.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
even later than that. It might have been even later than that. And so, um, but this nail salon, I mean, they were so clean, because that's another thing, like, the cleanliness and just, like, of their practices is really important, because I've seen a lot of things, like, a lot of people who have had really bad experience where they've gotten, like, some nasty stuff from nail salons. So we always make sure that we go to one that, we see how they're doing things, especially, in the middle of a pandemic. So, um, they were very, like, clean, cautious of everything. Like, we walk in, they took our temperature, like, had us, like, sign a waiver, saying that we were, you know, we understand that there's a possibility that, they're, basically saying they're not liable, and, like, we are coming here in good faith, that we're not sick, that, all of that, basically.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
we had to, like, sign a little document and everything, and then, like, everything was so clean, so it was so pretty. They had just opened too, which was kind of sad, because they opened, like, right before, things shut down, and so we didn't get to go, like, when it first opened. So, um, but this nail salon, so it started out. Like, okay, I was gonna just get a regular acrylic set. I didn't want dip or gel polish. I just wanted regular acrylic and with just a polish. That's all I wanted. But then the lady's like, okay, for color that you want, that's gonna be like another $5. And I was like, what? And it was like just for the color on my nails, that's not included in the full set. And she's like, no, it's for color, it's $5 more. And the full set was already 35 dollars, maybe or maybe even 40. I can't remember, but it was somewhere in that range, right? So she's like, okay, so that's another $5. And then I was like, okay, I want them in an almond shape. Okay, that's another $5. Okay. And then I was like, okay, I wonder, because I wanted to try like the white tip with that, it's in that other shape where it comes to a point at the bottom. I wanted to try
Oh yeah,
that,
yeah.
but the white tip there cost like, I think it was like $50, and I was like, just for
Yeah,
that,
it's
I was like,
yeah,
No thanks.
it
So
is so crazy.
yeah, and so it ended up costing, because so it went from being like a 35 dollars full set to being 45, like, or $50 set, and then my mom, um I think she got the dip, because they always say like that's the best. you know I personally don't see that much of a difference, but that's what she wanted, and so she got that. So her set cost, I think it was like it was either like 55 or $60 or something like that. So, and then any shape that wasn't just like the regular square that it when they put the the tip on, everything costs $5 more. So I was like, we ended up paying like so much just for our nails. We didn't even get our toes done because their pedicures were were outrageous too. They were like 40 just for the basic. Like, I was like, I understand, like,
Yeah,
you
that that's very crazy.
yeah, and then I don't know, but and then we just went to this other one, and we thought it was cheaper, but we they didn't exactly do like what we asked, so, and I was like, I don't want them to like have to redo my whole nails over, because I didn't say something sooner, but so I was like, I'll deal with it. They're not exactly how I want, but they look nice, and she did a good job. It's just she didn't do what I asked. And I don't know if that was like just a communication thing, or what, because sometimes these people do what they want to do with your nails, and because I've had that happen too, like, before.
Yeah, yeah. Tell
It's
me what my mom says the same thing. She's like, they just want to do what they want to do with your name. I'm like, I mean, I guess.
No, seriously, because like the first time, because I wanted just a white color on my nails, and like, there's a lot of racism like that goes into some of these nail salons too, but that's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna get into that. But he was like, I don't think that's gonna look good. And then I was like, excuse me? Like, this is what I was thinking in my head. He's like, with your skin tone, I don't think that's gonna look good. And then one time I wanted this specific design, and the tech said that they didn't like it. How about we do just a regular French tip? And I said, no, that's not what I want. He's like, but this is classy. Like, I said, but that's not what I want. I'm literally, I think I was like 19 or 20 at the time. And I was like, that's not what I want. I want a fun nail, these fun nails. I just trust me, like it's gonna look good. And then they had to, when they finally got done doing it, when the person comes and they're like, that does look good. I'm like, I told you. you.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Cause and I think people don't really talk about how like racist those nails. Some like some, not all. I can't speak of all,
Yeah.
but some nail salons are because they'll like low key be talking shit about you in their
Yes.
language, and it's like, okay, but like, how are you gonna talk shit if I'm right with you? And
Yes.
I didn't do shit to you. Like, I just told you I want these black and gray nails. Like, don't worry about how they look. Like, just do what I
Yes.
ask. You know what I mean? Like, I'm paying
Mhm.
you up the ass for these nails, and that's the thing.
Yep.
Like, and that's why I kind of stopped going to nail salons because one, like they want to do whatever they want to do, and they want to charge you up the ass for everything, like
Mhm.
everything. So, like with like nail techs, that do it at home, like do have their own little station at home.
Mhm.
Like they will tell you up front, like they will ask for what inspiration picture you have, and
Yes.
then they will tell you like, okay, that's gonna cost you X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
So
you're
this place.
prepared.
Yes, because this place that we just went to the other day, my mom asked, How much is this?" And they would not give us the answer. We're like, "But how much is it? But how much is it?" So they had the pamphlets with the whole pricing list, and I was just like, "Don't worry about it. I'll go see how much it is, and like, don't worry about it, because I was paying for it." And anyway, so I was like, whatever it is, like, we're just gonna get it done because the other places, it was gonna be a little bit farther, and I was like, I just wanna. We're already here. Let's try this place, and we'll see. Cause, but yeah, so so her nails turned out okay, but it was so funny because my nails are shorter than what I wanted, and like not the shape that I asked for. And hers are too long for her liking, and they're in the shape that I kind of want, more in the shape that I kind of wanted, but yeah, so it's just funny. We got the opposite. Like we, like her nail tech was like wanted to keep them long, and then mine she made them like super short, and wanted, I don't know, because I was like, not too short, but then but not too long either. And then she did one, and I was like, well, no. And then she just like, I was like, well, let me see. And then before I could even see, she had already trimmed the other nails, and I was like, oh, I was like, well, that's not really what I wanted to, that's not what I was going for, but well, and the mom was like, no, she wanted the coffin shape, like, and she's like, oh, but her nail's too short, and I was, I was like, you literally got them.
You're like, because you did them short. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It's like, but listen, I've had a bad experience with this nail tech that did my nails. I
Uh-huh.
wanted just like you, like I am not very, I'm very big person.
Mhm.
Usually just want one color, coffin shape, or I've been trying the like square but narrow square, like the skinny
Uh-huh.
square.
Yeah.
So that's what I originally wanted, the skinny square and the narrow square, whatever the
Mhm.
um and then I wanted the black tip. And
Ooh.
so with
Yeah.
the black tip, like the black French, and the like nude color, right? Like,
Yeah.
but I showed the girl that, and she's like, okay, whatever. And she did the black French, but she put like a brown nude, and I was
Oh.
like, this doesn't make I no. And then the skinny like, and then like the squares narrow thing, the tip, whatever.
Mhm.
Um, it was thick. Like
Oh.
it wasn't like thick, but it wasn't like the narrow. It was kind of just
Yeah.
like how the tip is, and that's it. And I'm like, you know what? Like I already drove like 35 minutes out here. I just want to
Oh
go home.
no.
Like I did take them off like a week later because one, they were too long. Two, I did not like them. Yeah, I just did them. Like I got my nails done like a week ago. I
Uh-huh.
love them. Like I love them. She did such a great job. Um, but they once like I went to like grab something, and one like not it didn't pop off, but it kind of lifted, like it lifted,
Oh.
and I
Yeah.
was like, and I took it off. I took one off the other day, and then I was like, what? First, I was like, really
Yeah.
short, call it a day. 'Cause I
Yeah.
like to have nails. Like I'm at the point in my life where like I like nails and I want the long ones, but because I do type all day, they slow me down.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I feel like when I have them, there's a lot of shit that
Mine, because like I need to hear the song. That's so funny.
A mess.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I heard enough. Okay. Wow. Okay.
That is a mess.
So that was that little. Okay. So she.
Like I'm telling you, it's um like I honestly I don't know much of the genre of the video or like
Mm-hmm.
hold on. Okay, right there. I don't know much of the like the genre or whatever or how it's supposed to sound, but in my like as I listen to it, like I can get with the beat, like I
Yeah.
can get that. But when she starts singing, like it's like no, girl, like
Yeah.
I know for sure I can't sing, so let's not get it twisted. There's a reason why I don't go down the career path.
Yeah. I feel like coming. Okay. Just hearing it that one time, I feel like it could have been better. I mean, if they had just maybe, I don't know.
There was
Oh,
just a lot of auto tune right there, a lot.
but it wasn't in tune. Like, I don't understand.
There's a
Like,
lot of auto tune to not
I really don't
be
want to
her.
hate on.
I'm
I
not.
really don't want to hate on her. But that, oh
No, but that's
no.
what I'm saying. Like, girl, like you could just.
I know, ooh, and I don't really like that it starts out with her rolling a joint, but like, that's just my opinion. Um, but she does look good in the video. Like, she killed the looks.
Yeah, her
Um,
looks are amazing. Like that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be the Paula. You look great, sweetie.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I love your outfit.
yeah. Like don't get me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the whole production was great. Besides her singing,
And
I felt like
I think the
the
lyrics are, well, I don't know. I have to look at the.
yeah. Like after the podcast, listen to it and you'll know. Like the lyrics are just saying like, "Hey, I'm the 69." Like um this is a this is not a lifestyle, this is whatever, like I started this for my kid, my son Manny or whatever, because her son has autism. So
Okay.
that was also a big like controversy. She got a lot of backlash because of her saying that it was for Manny, her son that has autism. So she got a lot of backlash because of that, because I guess there's a lot of videos that resurface of her treating him and talking like she doesn't care,
Oh,
because
wow. Okay.
like treating him not the right way that you treat I guess a child with special needs.
Right. Okay.
So there's a lot of videos that surface about that. So it's like, how are you gonna profit off of saying that you started this lifestyle because of your son when you don't, you're so easy to willing to just give him away.
Yeah, and
According to the videos, this is all, alleged.
yeah, and here's my issue. Um, okay. I mean, I know, like, you can be a mom and do or say whatever. I mean, it's your life. But there is a certain thing, I don't know. Like, there's just some things that I know, like, moms can do whatever they want, right? But there's just some things that you, as a mom, should not want to do because of how you're perceived to others, especially with the large platform. Because, like, if he goes to school, and people see, like, not, I'm not really speaking on her, but, like, just in general, like, anyone who's on social media and who does things that are more on the provocative side, you do have to kind of, like, just think about some stuff that you say or do, just a little bit more, because
Yeah.
that affects your child, you know. as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And yeah, and that's the thing. Like, she got a lot of backlash because of a lot of things, a lot of videos that she's in and the husband is in, and they're talking about the kid as like, oh, if we get divorced. I saw one that said, if we get divorced, I'm not keeping him.
And
And
like
then
she wasn't joking, huh?
he was like dead ass serious, and I'm like, damn. And the thing is, like, if he, so obviously there's a lot of, kids fall in different areas of the spectrum.
Right.
I believe he is, and I don't know. So, but from what I see and what he shows, he is like high in the spectrum.
Okay.
So, like, he's very, he has very, he's, I guess, how do you say that? An active autism? I don't know.
Yeah. Um. So okay. Yeah. So I mean, he could probably understand some of the, what what they're saying about him. So I just feel like I would hate, for like someone, that he would go to school with, or something, later, like look what your dad and your mom said about you. Like, they don't even want you. Like, they didn't even want you. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So, and she got like, and she did a lot of interviews. Like, I saw highlights of one of them. I haven't actually like listened to it,
Mhm.
because I'm just like, girl, like, I get it. Like, I get the hustle. Like, you have a brand. Like, just,
Yeah.
you had to go there. You know what I mean? You just had to go there. But this is the thing. Like, a lot of YouTubers think that, because I was looking at this channel that reacted to her
Mhm.
song, and he reacts to like YouTubers that make music,
Mhm.
and he's like, I guess there's a lot of YouTubers that think that they can make music and they can go down that career
Yeah.
path. I'm just like, just because you have a platform, and I think that's the thing, like, you have a platform, so you're eventually gonna get views and people are gonna listen to this, even if
Mhm.
it's trash, but because you have that platform, I guess nobody's gonna tell you, like,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
it's just, it's a lot. Like, I was just like, girl, bye. Like, I cannot, and I usually don't keep up with that shit. Like, I didn't even know like other YouTubers. Well, besides one, but I didn't know they made music. And then when I heard this one, I'm like, oh,
Uh, oh yeah, a lot. It was kind of more of a trend a few years ago, but yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers that have made music.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Some of them shouldn't, and then there are some I'm like, wow, like they're really good, but you know, it,
yeah, no, I mean, bless her heart at this point. Bless her.
yes. So
Yeah.
speaking of other YouTubers, another thing I've seen recently is about the Ace family. Like,
OMG, oh Lord, you saw that too, or you heard
yes,
that?
oh my gosh, like I am shocked. Like,
Wait.
so
Where did you hear it from, though?
so I've seen the recent like little thing with their whole house situation. I've
Yeah.
seen that from um John, which is Katie's
Yeah.
boyfriend.
So I
And
didn't
then,
see it
yeah, but
there.
I actually heard about that from listening to, was it Manny and Laura's podcast? Or,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And then I was like, wait,
Full.
what? And
Yeah.
I
Full
searched,
coverage.
I was like, no way. Their house is being foreclosed on. I was like, this is insanity. Like,
It is.
I mean, I know like there's been some wild things going on, but like that was the last thing I would have suspected of, like, to hear about from the Ace family, and like but like I'm not even gonna say his name, but he's trash. You
Yeah.
know,
No,
I
but I'm with you because so I've been um watching and listening to While Until Nine.
yes, that's my favorite podcast.
I love that podcast. Like I've literally watched. I started with the episode. Oh God, but I started watching all the episodes, and then I was a little iffy to watch
Okay,
full coverage. A little
yeah,
iffy, but
I've
I
only watched like
like
two episodes or three, maybe three. I don't know.
yeah, but I do really like it. I'm glad they're like raw and they don't shy away from certain things.
Yeah. Okay, but wait. Okay, back to Well Till Nine for like one hot second. Okay,
Yeah.
so when did you start listening to them, and how did you know about them? Did I tell you about?
No, I don't think so. No, because
Because Lauren, I've watched her on YouTube for years now, like since I think it might have been like 2014.
yeah, yeah. See,
Yeah,
I didn't know
it's
it, about her or anything. I honestly, I was on YouTube, whatever, and then I started watching Alicia Marie.
oh my god.
I started watching Alicia Marie, and then I watched a few videos, and I from what I've gotten is that they're all part of like a group or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're all technically managed from the same.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, so they are okay, so Alicia is one of like the OG like lifestyle beauty
Yeah,
like
yeah,
YouTubers, and like she has some friends, but then there's this group of Asian girls that are kind of branched off like with in that same like girl group, because since they were all making like the same content, they kind of got together a few times and have done collabs and and stuff like that in the past, and like they go like it's a whole thing, like they've gone on trips together. They do this one trip every year for Vlogmas, and there's always something that happens, during these trips, like now
yeah,
that
yeah,
we found out. But it's so funny because both of them started out as like never cursing, their content was very PG, and all this, and now it's like they they did a full 180, and then like when they first started doing that, it was, I mean, for both of them, it was a huge shock for me. But I mean, I know they had to like age up for their own sanity, because they were literally making children content when they're mid 20s, now late 20s, and but I was just like, okay, can we have a little, can we just go a little bit back into that sometimes, because I will have like the podcast or like some of their videos on, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I, I have to listen to this with my headphones for some, because they be,
yeah. Do you listen to Pretty Basic?
yes, Pretty Basic is my jam. I think I
Okay,
told you about.
so I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember.
I think I might have mentioned it once, but like
Yeah,
when
you probably haven't. Yeah.
when we started our podcast, they were coming out with theirs. Um, like I think they came out with theirs like right before we did, but we had already been talking about it. So like when theirs came out, I was like, and then like that gave me ideas for like for ours and stuff. So yeah, um,
Yeah,
but
so I started watching her, and then I saw like the collabs or whatever, and then I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I found the Pretty Basic podcast, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
yes, they just gone to video format too, and their new video.
Exactly.
Oh man, it looks so good. I'm just like,
But listen, they got that kind of money to be in that big
Yes,
ass
and
studio.
it took them so long because they literally came out with theirs in 2019 too. You know, so it's been so long, and they said because it was they were supposed to actually get a studio last year, but like it all done like earlier last year, um, I, but something happened, and then
But COVID hit.
yeah, and then that, and then that happened too. So because they were waiting until they had more like people like listening at first, and seeing how it was gonna go before before they moved into like a studio like
Yeah, yeah, I
um
know. But
like
like,
outside, yeah,
yeah, I'd like to, like, honestly, that's how I don't
their
want
own
it that
studio, I should
big.
say.
Yeah, I don't want it that big, but like Manny and Laura, or Laura and Manny, whatever.
Hmm.
They did it. They finally got their own place.
Yeah,
And with
because they're at that one studio
yeah, they were at that
that
one
everyone reports
studio.
in. Yeah,
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, we heard your comments, whatever." And they
it was
actually,
it was a little janky at first.
yeah, yeah. But
But not.
listen,
I mean, but not that bad. I mean, I don't see why people were hating on it that much. I mean, it was,
it was mostly the tablecloth. That's
yeah,
what they were bugging about.
but
But
it was so funny because I was watching this other podcast and they had the same exact thing, but with their pictures up on the walls too. And I was like, oh no, I hope people don't come for them
yeah,
about their tablecloth
I
too.
know, right? But so okay, so watching all three podcasts, like I watch and listen to all three of them.
Yes.
Uh, I started watching pretty basic, but to be honest, I don't know much of their history. So for me, like when they talk about like their past and their like moving forward and how they've evolved and who they
Yeah.
are and all of that, I'm but
Yeah. I
like
mean,
I like Alicia Marie, but is it Remy who sits next to her?
yeah, Remy.
So I'm trying to get a feel for her, but I really don't have that. Like no hate towards her at all.
So I
Uh
think if you watch her vlogs, you would kind of get more of her personality and her vibe. Now she's started to show more of that in her like her videos on her other channel.
yeah.
Um, so I mean, because like I said, she was one of the ones too that was like very clean content, like that was PG. Now she's like everyone and their mom has done like these truth or drinks. Everything is like drunk this, drink that, like for a lot of these people, and but like it gave her an opportunity to kind of give you a little bit more insight into her how she actually is.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
I
what they
think
were
that's why
saying.
I have more of a connection to them because I've watched their vlogs for years now. Like they were the ones that like kind of made me want to get into this. Um I didn't know like exactly how to start because like they obviously had been doing it for a few years before I even started watching them, and they were at the point that they were then, and now they have evolved even more and have all these other things. But it is very interesting to hear. But okay, so back to um, the Ace family. So that's so listening to full coverage. Like they've talked about them like two podcasts or maybe even three podcasts in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They even said, I think the last one was like, well, then we really have spoken about they.
yeah, so but and then like I think did we talk about this last time? I don't know, but like the whole like YouTuber boxing thing that he was a part of that turns
Oh
out
yeah, that
like
he hasn't paid people.
yes, it was his own company and he didn't pay. So like that was insane. And then
Yeah, and the whole house foreclosure, and I guess like who was reading the court documents? I think Laura said
mhm.
she read like the court documents. Obviously, she's I don't know.
Oh wow! See, I didn't get a chance to watch that yet, but
Yeah. So
um,
apparently, this is a 15 million dollar house, 15-20, I don't know,
yeah, it's
and they
something
owe
something around
eight.
there.
Yeah, they owe 8 million in payments, mortgage payment.
Because they hadn't paid in like months, right?
Apparently, I'm like, so what have you been doing? Like,
I mean, how do you
but
just not?
this is where I was confused because I believe a few months back, I don't know when, I saw a video that they were like, no, people keep saying we're uh, financially, broke or whatever, but we're
Hmm.
good, blah blah blah. And that's the thing, people are confused because they're saying they're good, like they Gucci, like they nothing's going on in their life.
Yeah, they were saying that they were just acting like nothing was going on.
Exactly, and so that's where people are confused, where they're like, so what is really going on? But then you have these court documents, and then I want to watch John, Katie's husband. I want,
Yeah.
I need to go back and
Did I say boyfriend earlier?
I don't know. At this point, it don't matter. They're together. That's what matters. They have a podcast too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they haven't done it in a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
It,
So like, I want to
unless I
watch.
just haven't got the notifications, but I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I used to watch like one or two.
Yeah, but
I
I really
do want
like.
to see where I because Laura and Manny talked about it on Wild
Yes.
Wild Till Nine.
Yes, I have
They
it. I have that video saved for my watch later.
Yeah, they talked about it, and they talk about how John,
He was there at the
yeah, at
auction.
the auction, and he like breaks down what foreclosure means, like
Yes.
what actually is happening, and I guess they postponed the auction on that.
Yes, so they postponed it. So then he went back on the the new date, and it says
I think it was this
that
week.
huh?
I think the new date was this week, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I think it was just like I want to say like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. It's
That
crazy.
that is so crazy. Why did you? We have the same thought.
It really is. I mean, yeah, it's so funny.
I was like, this is what I'm gonna talk about, and
I know. I was like, we have to talk about it
yeah,
because I'm
like
like,
we have to.
I will never give them a view in my life. I am so glad I was not one of those people that like were subscribed to them or anything like that. Because I was like, whew.
Yeah, I never subscribed to them. I did watch a few videos, but then I was like, you can tell how this is all fake.
Yes,
Like
and
he's
but
a
I'm just so
terrible
glad I
person.
can say I've never watched one of their videos. Give or
He's a.
give
I did it for research. Okay, I did it for research.
but not even for that. I have not even done it for that, and I'm glad about it. Okay, so I don't know why, but YouTube couples, there's always like I'm afraid to like any of them because I'm like I don't want to like find out that like you guys are like scammers or just like terrible people or
Oh,
but
I know.
yeah, but one of my favorite ones that I've ever watched was Ken and De'Ara, and they're not together anymore.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that, and I honestly never actually looked.
Yes, I mean they're engaged. They were going to build this house, and I was so excited, because I didn't really. I mean, I was really subscribed just for De'Ara because I like her more, But Ken, he was okay too. But like the whole drama of it all, at now I'm like, like, he's trash, if like everything that I've seen is true, like, um, then,
Yeah, I really, honestly,
so
I
like,
have no idea about it, but I did watch like one or two videos like
uh-huh,
years ago or a year ago
hmm
where they were talking about where she was either doing a prank on him and or they were questioning why they're they've been together forever, why they haven't gotten married.
oh, yeah. But yeah, because they got engaged. I think it was sometime in 2019, and they were supposed to have their. Well, I don't know if they were supposed to get married last year or this year, um, but they were, I guess, just enjoying. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh, um, I guess they were going to get married sometime soon, but before that though they purchased this land, and they actually were gonna design this whole really cool house that was close to her family and everything, and like then I want to say a week or two after that, it came out that he had cheated on her, and I was like, and then
That
people,
is that is
huh?
so crazy. That is so crazy. Like I
Yeah,
feel
and I
like
was,
all these couples, especially I've seen it a lot in I don't know what community that is, but like them two Carmen and Corey,
uh,
you know who they are?
I think I might have seen their names before, but
Yeah.
no.
Them two and then Bianca and Damien.
Okay, yes, I've heard of them. Yes.
So they're all part of like they're all managed by the same management group. That's why
Oh,
their
that's
content is
interesting.
so similar. Like if you see their thumbnails, they're all very similar because
Yeah,
they're managed by the same management team.
got you. But
Yeah.
yeah, so now she has her own house, like a full house. Like I think it's a townhome, but she's got like 3 stories. I think is it 3 stories or something like that.
Well, yeah,
So
she
many,
got bank. Like,
yeah, like so many rooms. It's like all this stuff, and I'm just like, go ahead, girl, and like her own channel, and like it was funny because like everyone was subscribing to her, like hardly anyone subscribed to him. I was like, well.
well, yeah, when you fuck up, like, would you expect your fan base to go support your fuck up? Like, I don't get it. Like,
Yeah, and it was so weird because they never actually said like why they weren't going, and then they didn't even announce that they broke up. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna have separate channels, like we're now, and blah blah blah, because I guess they didn't need to say it because everyone already knows at this point, like because at first it was kind of like on like not a lot of people knew because they because they had kept it kind of out of like it being so public, but so many people start like finding out because people were doing videos and stuff. Like I think what I saw was this. I guess you could call it a drama channel. I don't know. They just or a commentary channel, I guess. Um, said they had a picture of Ken with this girl, and then like people were like, oh, like that's not him. That's his brother. Like that's what people commented. But then his twin brother was like, that's not me. So
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
yeah, and then and and then apparently the girl came to De'Ara in like a DM or whatever, and like told her and stuff, like their whole relationship or whatever. I'm not sure, but like the girl did an interview and like all this too that I saw somewhere on some channel a while ago. But and like people were like, what's gonna happen? Like, are they still together? Like they didn't post on their vlog channel for for a long time, which is not like them, you know, or their other channel, like their.
Yeah. I didn't follow that story.
But it was just I hadn't watched them for very long. I only started watching them like right before they got engaged. What they stopped because they had just stopped doing pranks, but they were doing challenges, and like I will watch some of their challenges, and then but I mainly only watched the vlogs, not their channel that they did like the pranks and challenges on. So I wasn't that invested, but it was just I was like, oh man, I just started watching them, just started actually liking them, like together and separately, and then and then that. But anyway, what was another thing that I've seen that was recent?
yeah. So far, I think that's it that I've um seen on my end.
But
Oh,
yeah, I feel like there's so much more. There's so much more, but like
yeah, you
um,
cover it like we cover mostly like the highlighted, like
yeah,
what's
but
more
there's
talked about at this point.
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess with that being said, we will be covering more stories as they come out, obviously. I don't know if we're gonna be keeping track of the McBrooms. If whatever comes out is interesting to us, and I guess we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll have to
But
see whatever happens with that, but
yeah, because that's a whole lot of mess.
yes.
But I guess with that being said, I know this podcast is a little bit longer, but we just had a lot to cover. Like
Yeah.
we had a lot to cover, a lot of personal and a lot of internet drama. Um, I
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we'll leave it for the next episode where we give our unsolicited advice.
Okay,
Uh,
yes.
yeah, if for those listening, if you don't follow us on Instagram, we do post on there. Um, we're going to have a lot of posts for you guys to engage and be part of the podcast. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, then if you watch it on YouTube or listen on YouTube, comment down below. If you're struggling with doubt, any relationship issues, I don't know, any friend issues, secrets, and stuff like that. And we
Ooh,
will be,
yeah, that'll be so interesting. So
I
please
know.
leave us your comments and stuff, and maybe even DMs. I don't know. Maybe we can do
Yeah, you
that.
can send us a DM. Yeah, we'll see it. And we will put it part of our future podcast. So,
That's exciting.
I know I'm ready for that. So, with that being said, Jazz, do you have any last words?
Just thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Well, I mean, if you are on YouTube, and yeah, just thanks for sticking with us.
Yes, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, rate our podcast. We are available on all podcast platforms. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will see you guys on the next one. Again, don't forget, we're all trying to get our shit together. Okay, guys, have a great night, day, morning, wherever you're at. See you guys on the next.
Bye.
Bye.